Hi, and welcome to my story of what influenced me to becoming a teacher. To begin the story, I'll go back to my elementary years. Growing up, I never looked forward to going to school. In fact, I begged my parents to homeschool me before every school year started. I never had a strong bond with any of my teachers, and I never enjoyed what was being taught in the classroom. In third grade, I started noticing that it was very difficult for me to keep up with all the information that was being taught. I eventually fell really behind in comparison to my peers, and my teacher threatened to hold me back. Before the end of third grade, I was diagnosed with a learning and reading disability, which explained all the difficulties that I was encountering. With lots of vision therapy, after school tutoring, and summer school, I finally passed third grade. I never realized this until many years later, but this played a critical role in me wanting to help students that went through the same thing that I did. There are many family members that have influenced my decision in becoming a teacher. One of the biggest influences is that I am the oldest of 4 kids in my family. Having this experience of watching the 3 of my siblings grow up and become their own person has really given me a passion for teaching and guiding the development of children. Because I was 10 years old when my youngest sister was born, I had a really strong desire to take care of her. On my dad's side of the family, I have 3 aunts that are teachers, so I always remember them bringing stuff to family gatherings, and I would always love to grade their work or their projects or tests. I remember that was one of my favorite things besides playing. On my mom's side of the family, my grandma was a teacher for 40 years and a principal for 15 years. So many of my memories of her were at school, and she was my principal when I was in middle school. And my aunt on my mom's side is a Montessori teacher down here in Cincinnati, and I never realized that she was a Montessori teacher until I found Montessori myself. Even though I had all of these amazing influences in my life right in front of my face, I never even considered teaching as a possible career. Throughout high school, I had a fascination with all things music, and I found a love for volunteering around my community with families and individuals. I became fascinated with helping anybody and everyone. After exploring many future career options, I decided that I wanted to be a musical therapist. That was until I started learning to play the guitar and realized that it was 100% harder to play guitar left-handed. After pursuing many more challenging volunteer opportunities, I decided that I needed to get more involved in my community. So my sophomore year of high school, I decided to kind of bond with my youngest sister, and I decided to volunteer in her preschool class. Little did I know that this experience would change my world. I ended up volunteering at this preschool for 3 years throughout high school, and this is actually where I found my love for Montessori. So I just loved the way that the classroom was structured, and I loved how these preschoolers were fascinated by everything that they were learning. After lots of conversations with the head teacher at the preschool and doing my own kind of research, I realized that Montessori teaching was my calling. So I quickly gave up on my dreams of becoming a musical therapist and told my parents that I wanted to be a Montessori teacher. Looking back, I have realized how many influences there were that led me to this journey. Although I never enjoyed school or any of my teachers that I had, this just enhances my strive for becoming the best teacher ever that can make a difference in the lives of children that are experiencing the same exact